What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Hope you're all having a great day so far today. Getting into this episode of GH. I'm glad Curtis and Drew had that conversation, honestly, that they had their sit down after Curtis told him about, him and Portia getting engaged and whatnot. I feel like Drew needed to have that conversation. He needed to hear it because Curtis pretty much said the same shit that I was saying, that it's not a bad thing for Carly to take time to focus on her life. You know what I'm saying? To focus on her next chapter. And he even advised Drew, while she's focusing on what's next to come in her life and figure out her shit, you need to figure out yours. Because it's true. Ever since Drew came back to town, it's been... He just seemed lost in the sauce. Like he don't really know what the hell he want. Or what his next chapter in life's supposed to look like. He don't know. And I agree with Curtis. While she's figuring out her life, you go figure out yours. I agree. There's no reason for them to rush a relationship. Like, let it happen naturally. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no need to, we got to define what we are right now. No, you don't. Just live in the moment. Let shit happen natural. Live in that moment. You do you, she do her, and y'all just live in the moment and let it happen, until y'all figure y'all stuff out. Because at the end of the day, there's no need to rush. You know what I mean? There's really no need for it. And I'm glad, Drew listened to what Curtis had to say. And he was like, I'm not going to push. I'm going to give her space to figure her stuff out or whatever. Because Bobby was pretty much having a conversation with Carly about that. And I love me some Bobby. It was good to see Bobby looking good. Carly was pretty much telling her about the Ava stuff and all that. And, Bobby gave it to her plain. She was like, I feel like you're using the Ava situation to not go on this retreat or whatever, this seminar, retreat, whatever the hell it is, that the executive coach told her about. I think it's in Aruba or something like that. And she felt like that's what Carly doing. You trying not to go. You trying to come up with any excuse not to go. Then she started telling her about Drew and stuff like that, that they both got feelings for each other. Bobby was like, okay, everybody knew that. That shit ain't new. It's true. Like, everybody could see it. Carly is just scared that she gonna lose another friend, because she was like, at this point, she can't afford to lose another friend. And Bobby pointed out something very interesting to her. She was like, because she could do whatever and Jason would never go away. Like, we all know Carly got crazy impulses. She's very impulsive, very, hot-headed. So she does things. And it didn't drive Jason away. Jason was always by her side, even when she did shit that he didn't agree with. But, that might not be the same for Drew, because Drew is not Jason. You know what I'm saying? Whenever she has impulses or she lies or she does whatever, Drew may not be so forgiving as Jason was, and I totally get that, because that is true. And then she was flashing back to the whole Willow thing, because if Drew finds out that she lied to him about that, who's to say that he won't ditch her? And I think that's why she's so afraid to start something with him. But also, she do need to figure out her life. She needs to figure out what her next chapter is looking like, because she got a text and stuff like that telling her that Ava was going to be, good or whatever. She woke up. So Bobby said, well, now that Ava's going to be okay, you have no excuse not to go on this retreat or whatever. And I totally agree. Carly better get her ass on a plane and go. Donna is good. Sonny could take care of her. Bobby could help take care of her. Go on this trip. You know what I'm saying? Because I do agree with Bobby. I feel like her losing the Metro Court could be a blessing in disguise. Like they say, when one door closes, another one opens. So this might give her the chance to figure out what she wants to do next. I know she had plans on getting the hotel back, but maybe she might want to explore other options. Maybe create a small business and expand it at some point, and create a bigger business. Who knows? The opportunities are endless for her. I think definitely she should take the time out to see what she want to do next with her life. And while she's out there trying to figure that out, she can also figure out her and Drew. It's just a chance for her to get away, and figure life out right now. Because I think a lot of people should do that, honestly. I really do. I think a lot of people should take that time. Like, just, it don't even have to be a trip. It could be like something that you do just all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just go to the beach or something. Go wherever. Go take a walk somewhere for a while. Go do some window shopping at a mall. Just to get your mind off stuff. Stuff like that helps me all the time. Like, just to clear my head and just either think about certain things, about what to do next, or not to think about none of my problems at all. It helps. But Aruba, I mean, shit, I wouldn't turn down that. Hop on that plane and go, get you some sun, get you some, a little relaxation. Do what it do. Carly better go. Should I go? If she don't want to, give me your plane ticket. I'm just saying. So anyway, moving on from that, I'm glad Anna and Valentine had this time to have this conversation. Like, he pretty much, told her everything that's going on between him and Victor. The fact that he was that French naval officer and stuff that was talking to what's her name? Jennifer. Was it Jennifer that he was talking to? Whatever her face is. That he was the naval officer and stuff that Anna was looking for, and he just broke everything down to Anna, like everything that's going on, like that Victor's holding Charlotte over his head and stuff like that. It sucks to see Valentine like this, because he seemed very like vulnerable, and I'm not used to seeing him like this, because usually Valentine got it all put together, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's composed, he's thinking straight, he ain't worried about a damn thing. Like, usually that's his stance on things, but it's crazy seeing him like this on the brink of tears and stuff. I'm like, damn, like Victor breaking you down like that. And mind you, this is the man that Helena was like, she was afraid of. That's the Valentine I want to see, because Anna was like, listen, we gonna take care of Victor, because in order to get Charlotte out of that boarding school and make sure she's safe, you gotta, neutralize Victor. Victor is low, like, to even threaten your own grandchild, like, but yet you want the Cassadines to stand united, but you're threatening your own grandchild and your son, basically. Like, how fucking low can you go? Like, I really hope Valentine and Anna come up with a way to get rid of him, because me, I do it the old fashioned way. Just do like they did old Yeller, put you behind a shed and just to take you out your old ass memory. I'll just take you out. I'm just saying. I feel like Valentine, that might be his only option at this point. I think prison might be too good for somebody like Victor, because Victor is that type of person, he gonna find a way to come back and mess with you. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely see Valentine and Victor having that type of relationship that Helena kind of had with her son, that she had with Stefan, or that she had with Nicholas or whatever. She come to town, she raised hell, and then she just jet off. I can see Victor doing that too. Because Victor working my nerve at this point. He just doing too much. All in the name of family. But it's like you're trying to dictate to the family how they should operate, because it benefits you. That's all it is. So anyway, moving on from that. Speaking of Victor, Jordan was pretty much up his ass because he ain't got no alibi. And he was like, well, I was with Spencer. Jordan said, no, you're not going to use Spencer as an alibi, because during the time of the attack, we have a witness, a housekeeper, that pretty much places Spencer in the Quartermain bathroom puking his eyes out. So there's no way you were with him during the attack. So where the hell were you? So of course he ain't got no answers. That's all Victor does. Anybody he sees as a threat to him, he threatens. Because when he met up with Spencer, he pretty much told Spencer, oh, if Jordan keeps harassing the family or interrogating the family, oh, she gonna be sorry, I'm gonna take care of her. That's what he does. Anybody who gets in his face about any little thing, he ready to just boom, 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 call his little operatives to come handle his mess. That's all it is. I'm like, dude, you can't kill everybody. You can't kill everybody, dog. It's not going down like that. You can't. So you might as well get that notion out your head, especially you talking about killing a police commissioner. I mean, hell, not too long ago, he was trying to off the mayor. Like, dude is bugged out. Like, he just think murdering people is the key to everything, the key to solving the problem. Like, no, that's inviting a whole bunch of new problems. That's all it is. And Spencer pretty much was hoping, to spill the beans about Esme and Nicholas's affair, because at this point he feels like it would be beneficial, so that way Jordan could find Esme, because he feels Trina deserves closure and Esme need to still go down. Victor was pissed about it. Victor was like, why do you keep going on and on about Trina? Why don't you let that go? Victor was just irritated by it. I'm like, Victor, just because you ain't got no love in your life, you old fossil, don't mean you got to shit on everybody else that want love. You know what I mean? Just because Lisa not returning your million phone call, she's over you. So go sit your little old ass down somewhere. She don't want you. Because at this point, he keeps trying to tell Spencer, well, you better not change your story up, about the night Ava got stabbed and stuff, because if you keep trying to change your little stories up and all that, all you're going to be doing is inviting trouble in. I'm like, Victor, you just worried about what trouble it might invite in for you. That's all you're worried about. Because that's all Victor worried about. Victor is worried about me, myself, and I. That's why somebody need to drop kick his little ass at this point. Take him completely out. So anyway, moving on from that, I'm glad Liz and Finn had their conversation, because Finn was wondering, like, okay, why is Nicholas, what's that about? Why he covering for you or whatever? And Liz was like, well, shit, he lying. Like, it's time that I can't account for during Ava's attack. And he covered. I'm glad she finally opening up, and Liz is finally realizing she does need help. And this is what Finn was waiting for her to finally open up to him. But that's what he should have did. He should have just sat back and allowed her the time to, feel comfortable enough to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to push it. So now she's talking on her own now, which is good. She telling him about the memories of her as a teen, talking to some woman that she don't know. And she feels like the memory occurs often when somebody asks her about her past. And she realizes now she can't keep burying the memory. You can't. The memory is coming out one way or the other. You know what I mean? She can't keep pushing it down. So I'm glad Finn let her know, like, listen, we gonna figure this shit out together. We gonna figure out why you're having these memories, what happened back then. And I think that's what Liz needs to do. She needs to finally stop running from it and face it head on. Figure out what that memory was about. And even if that means talking to Sarah or talking to her parents, even though she may not want to talk to her parents, at least talk to them to figure it out. Matter of fact, she might not even have to talk to them. She could just go to Kevin. Do some type of hypnosis or something like that, and Kevin could bring her back in time, to, get those regress memories and all that. Well, I said repressed memories. My head is all fucked up today. It's been a long day. Get those little repressed, buried memories and stuff like that, so she could figure out what happened during that time and why. You know what I mean? Like, why she's acting the way she's acting. So I'm glad she finally figuring it out, for herself. And it's about time, because she knows she can't keep pushing it down no longer. So anyway, moving on from that. So Ava finally wakes up and stuff. And when she woke up, she looked like she was frightened by Nicholas. Like, she was just startled by him or something. When Jordan tried to get into the room, this fool Nicholas sitting here trying to block her from getting into the door. Oh, now's not a good time. Jordan is better than me, because I would have told Nicholas, bitch, if you don't move out my way. Who the hell is you to block this door? I'm the commissioner. I need to talk to her. Get your ass up out my way if I lock you up. You know what I mean? Like, who is you? You just don't want Ava to slip up and say something that that could incriminate your ass. That's what you worried about. Like, you might want to step to the left. You might want to step to the left, bro. If I put these cuffs on you. I don't know who he think he is. So she walk in, she tell Ava what happened and stuff like that, because Ava was stunned that she was stabbed. Because she's trying to get her wits about her. And Ava was like, she really don't remember much, I guess, about it. Like, she didn't see who did it. According to her, she didn't see it. She just felt a sharp, little pain on her side or whatever. Jordan was asking her, so why were, where did you, like, why did you need to take a walk to the boathouse? And she was like, because her and Nicholas pretty much had a fight. Like, they were arguing about Spencer. And here go Nicholas again trying to cop block. Oh, why are you asking her this? It's irrelevant. No, it's not irrelevant, you dumbass. It contradicts the original statement that you gave, so it's far from irrelevant. In your mind, it's irrelevant because you know damn well you trying to hide some shit. That's why it's irrelevant. You're trying to block Jordan from questioning her. That's all it is. Nicholas is doing everything in his power to stop this. And Ava was just like, listen, I'm getting a little tired. So Jordan was like, cool, we'll pick this up later. And she was like, I'm definitely going to talk to you again later, Nicholas. As she should, because Nicholas is on that BS. Like, I would have slapped some cuffs on his little ass. Like, you got one more time to try to get up in my face when I'm trying to interview somebody. You better move. So, you know, he's sitting there talking to Ava or whatever after Jordan leave, talking about, oh, you don't think I could have done this? So no matter how angry I am, I could never do something like that. Ava was like, listen, I'm getting tired. I'm going to go take me a nap because I'm getting a little tired. Something tell me Ava knows something, or she believes that Nicholas definitely could have done it. Because I wouldn't put nothing past him. Do I think he did it? Honestly, no. Do I think he could have? Yes. Nicholas is very capable of doing something like that. I wouldn't trust Nicholas at this point. I do feel like it could have been somebody else. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I feel like Nicholas would be too obvious. All the usual suspects in this case are too obvious. So I'm not buying that it's him. But they just trying to make it seem like it's him. But after this, though, I definitely feel like when Ava is 100% and she get out that hospital, she need to get them divorce papers ready because it's time to end this little bootleg marriage. So anyway, moving on from that, Trina pretty much wanted to cancel her party that they were having for her at the Savoy. Portia didn't think that was a good idea. She was like, no, you deserve this celebration. Because she knows that Ava would still want Trina to do the party. You know, don't stop the party on Ava's account. You know, do the party. And I agree, Ava probably still would have wanted her to do it. But, you know, Trina just felt like it was in poor taste to have a party right now. I feel like there's a disconnect between Trina and Portia. Like, they get along, but Trina's more receptive to Ava, though. Like, she's more closer to Ava than she is her own mother. And I feel like they're doing that on purpose because once that Curtis situation pops up about him being her dad or whatever, I feel like Ava, of course, is going to be the person Trina goes to for comfort and, you know, to talk to and stuff like that. So I think that's kind of why they're leaning more towards the two of them being even more closer than what they were. Just my opinion, honestly. Because when that truth come out, it's definitely going to be a bombshell for Trina. She definitely going to look at her mother with a side eye. Like, she gonna be looking at her mama a little different. But I do agree with Portia, though. I don't think that they should shut the party down because Trina definitely deserves the party. So I don't think that they should, honestly. I would keep it. So anyway, that was pretty much the episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all were thinking about this episode. And I'll see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.